I'm really having a hard time containing myself. I'm so excited about what we're going to be digging into. And I want to just say right out the gate, spoiler alert, this one right here is going to take weeks to get through. We're going to be talking about the wise and the foolish builder. We're going to look at the implications of this story and how it affects our current day lives, and also how this transitions into what we're working towards. Because the Bible says, without vision, a man perishes. Without a dream, without something that we're heading towards, we are going to fade away. And this is obviously not speaking of a literal death. This is talking about a spiritual death. It's talking about the death of motivation, the death of ambition, and the death of that rhyme and rhythm inside of our heart. This is the thing that's driving the vehicle of our life, of our car. It's giving us purpose to rise in the morning. You know, we get saved and then people want to start getting religious about having dreams in God. No, God put that dream inside of your heart. I don't know who this is for, but that's Colossians chapter 2. Come on, somebody. Let's go ahead and get into it. Philippians 2, correction there, 13. And it says that we know that it's God at work in us, both to will and to work for our good pleasure. This is a good thing. I want you to understand this. This is a good thing to know that God has put a dream inside of you that he desires to live through you with no help from you. And what I mean by the no help from you part is not that we don't try, not that we don't discipline our bodies, that we don't go after it with everything that we got. We're going after the more. Put that in the chat. I'm going after the more. What it's talking about is I'm not trying to force it. And so if this lands somewhere with you today, I hope if this pricks your heart in by way of intrigue, wherever this meets you today, maybe you don't even have hope right now. You're just like, listen, Pastor, I'm just trying to hang on right now. Then this is for you as well. This is for all of us, because what this is going to do is it's going to put a microscope on the heart and the beat of that heart. Why is it beating? What is it beating for? And if it's not beating right now, let's get it beating. But now that it is beating, what are we going to do with the beat? A lot there. I get it. It's a lot. But we got time. Somebody say that. Put that in the chat. We got time. So without further ado, so grateful to be here, to be a part of your Jesus journey and story. And my wife and I, Jess, we say we love you. Honored to be a piece of your life. And we are excited about what God is doing right now. He's doing something right now. And this is what's so beautiful about Emmanuel, God with us. So welcome back to Love Note. Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be in Matthew chapter 7. One of my most favorite passages in the Bible is the wise and the foolish builder. But this chapter alone is just loaded. It's just loaded with clips. Loaded with clips. I love the Matthew 7:21. Talking about depart from me, you workers of iniquity, I never knew you. I love this. 22, sorry. Because what I love about this is it's going to force us to look at a real question that we all need to be aware of. And that's the question that we're going to answer when we stand before him someday, because we all will, whether we want to or not, whether we feel like we're going to or we feel like we're not, whether our opinion about it, when we can get past opinions, the freedom of being in a life that's existent beyond opinions, that's beyond the dignity of man, the false god of the fear of man, all these things. When we can be King David dancing before the glory of God in our holy underwear and caring the so least and so last about what anybody thinks about it. And why can we do this? Because we're free. And so we're going to be talking about this today. Get into the good stuff, get into the deep things of the spirit and the soul and the word. And so without further ado, let me go ahead and just roll this out. We're going to start with our 24th verse today. And we're going to kind of build some context at the stage for what this is going to look like this week. And I'm excited about this week for you. I'm dreaming about this week for you. I cannot wait to get the testimonies back, the reports. We want to see how God's moving in our day-to-day journey. We don't want to get so lost in next season that we can't be present in the now. Because Jesus lives in the now. He desires the now. Because what is in the now is your attention and what your focus is. And your attention and your focus is the fruit of intimacy. So let's go ahead and get to it. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. And the word of the Lord reads like this. It says, therefore, now, hold on one second. Let's just go ahead and stop right there. Let's just go ahead and stop. I can't even go, therefore what? This is Jesus talking red letters. And anytime in the Bible, when you see the word therefore, you need to back it up. Put that in the chat. You got to back it up. Not like juvenile, but you got to back it up. Oh, I'm not sanctified enough for you. I'm sorry. I wasn't saved my whole life, so you have to forgive me. But let's back it up real quick. Let's start in verse 21. Right here it says, not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father in heaven. So what he's saying is just because you say you're saved, just because you think that because your uncle was a deacon, because you got baptized at birth or whatever your story is, because I live in a Bible Belt. It's one of the hardest evangelism fields to work because everybody here is convinced that they're saved. And hardly anybody is pursuing God on a daily basis. Hardly anybody is devoted to the place of prayer and intimacy. Hardly anybody is humble enough to get beyond their own story so they can see the needs of their that the men and the women that are around them in their lives. And so he's saying, listen, your language with your lips is not going to be the thing that gets you in. He's going to say, only people that do the will of my Father. So in other words, if you're in our family, you're going to do what our family does. You're going to look like our family. You're going to sound like our family. You're going to be in the family business. You know what the family business in the kingdom? It's souls. And so we want to look at this, therefore. Jesus is trying to say, hey, look, here's a magnifying glass. Let's go ahead and all evaluate the reality of whether we're saved or not, whether we're truly saved, because he tells us very clearly that if we are saved, there's fruit with it. But we're going to go ahead and stop it right there. We're just going to try to set the stage. I want to take a little bit of time to establish what's going on here in this discussion before we delve into what the builder that was wise and the builder that was unwise did. So until next time, which should be tomorrow if you're following us daily, we will see you then. And go ahead and be blessed.